Pat. This first one comes from Charmaine, who says, my son is a 24-year-old Christian. He just told me that his college art class was shown pictures of gay couples in long-term relationships. My son has to write a report on this. He's shocked, and all he could say is, what? I was wondering if he could do something to protect his rights. He shouldn't have to go to school and have to watch that. What do you think his course of action should be?
That's tough. You know, in the old days, you'd say immediately go to court and say that his rights were being taken away from him. Unfortunately, the court has now said that homosexual rights are a constitutionally protected area. So what's he going to do? I'm afraid that what he's going to have to do, he could write a report saying that this wasn't art and expressing the fact that why it wasn't good. And I think that would be the way to go. But he's in a bind. I mean, we're looking in a culture that is just going to pot. And it has given itself over to bizarre types of sexuality. And it isn't that people didn't practice these things throughout history. It's just that they didn't get constitutional sanction. I mean, 100 years ago, this would have been unthinkable. So what does your son do? I really don't think that he could win in a law case. He could drop out of the art class, but he wants to be an artist, and that's what they're imposing upon him. I really, you asked me what would I do? I think that's the best way to do it, is to see those pictures and criticize why they aren't any good, why they're not good art. And if he's good enough at it, he might get a good grade.
Yeah.
But,
you know, he might not be getting an art degree, because if you're at a liberal arts college, you have to take an art class anyway. So, I mean, you know, find another.
But you're exposed to these things. Look at that Maplethorpe. I mean, all that awful stuff, and they were putting it in museums at taxpayer money. I mean, it was just terrible, but that's the way they were doing it.